You better get ready, y'all. This is Slipknot.
Being in this band is like being caught in the middle of a tornado every second of your life. And that's the only way I know how to explain it. Well, I was working in a porn shop when we got discovered. What were you doing?
I was an electrician.
Yes. We'd scrounge all our cash up and going out and played like little podunk places, and we were discovered in Chicago opening up for a band called Sister Soleil. And Monty Connor from Roadrunner came out, saw us, and he'd been following the band for a while, and the rest is history. It felt pretty euphoric when we first got signed, but you gotta understand, I mean, coming from a place like Des Moines, we were also very realistic. We knew that our problems weren't solved just by signing a record deal. We knew that there was a lot of work that was gonna have to go into it. So it was great, but we knew that the hard part was yet to come.
One tour bus, illegally, 15, 16 people living on it, people shitting in the bus. Half an hour opening up for Coal Chamber?
Yeah, on like 1 foot of stage.
Yeah, dressing in the tour bus, in the hallways. You know, no dressing room. It was just...
Not showering for months at a time.
Yeah, no beer money. You know, it's all wonderful.
First video that we did was for Spit It Out, and it was pretty awesome, man. We had a lot of control because we didn't know if anybody was going to play it or not, you know. Me and Clown had actually come up with the idea of doing a throwback to The Shining, and he plotted it all out and discussed it with the director, Thomas Mignoni, and we basically took just a whole day in LA and just did it in this big, you know, apartment building that used to be a hotel. Closed it down and just had a blast doing it, you know. And we thought videos were all like that, but
we had a makeup girl.
Yeah, makeup girl.
A sewing lady. Ice-T showed up. I'm like, this is shit.
This is awesome, but it wasn't to be as good as that for a while.
We're getting reports from K-Rock's Eye in the Sky of major traffic jams in downtown Houston. That's right, Slipknot causing chaos, as always.
Slipknot are doing the Jägermeister music tour along with Fear Factory and Chimera. We have local Jaeger bands playing every market. The whole idea for this tour is to bring it back to the basics, play in front of the fans that are with the band for the past 4 or 5 years since they started. Strip down the show, make it really intense, make it focused on the band, make it focused on the band reacting with the audience and the audience reacting to the band. It's really just about the band giving a great performance every night.
Just trying to play places that are still big and can cater to what we do, you know, live and everything, but at the same time, we've been hearing from fans non-stop about how glad they are to see us in a venue like this as opposed to like arenas and everything. And like I said, man, the biggest fall of energy is in a place like this, and the venues on the whole tour have been really, really cool, you know, because we haven't played places like this like in a while.
It's our first album, you know, yeah.
We could be playing bigger places, but it's all about us and our fans, and we've been hearing non-stop about how glad they are to see us in a place like this.
Yeah.
It's a small venue. I was right up front. Got to body surf to the crowd. Badass. Last time I saw him was in Ozfest in San Antonio. A lot better. Small venue, right there up in front. Great show.
These smaller shows are really, really good for us to reconnect. You know, I mean, having been gone for, you know, almost 3 years, it's really good to kind of get back in everybody's faces and strip it down to the point where it's like, you know, just basically showing the world we don't need all the crazy stuff to put on a good show. You know, it's just us, our instruments, and the crowd, and that's all you really need at the end of the day. I mean, there's 33 dates on this tour, and
they all rule.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
I mean, it's different from every show, you know, but the reaction is always the same. We're back, and everybody's really happy to have us back.
Slipknot in this beat. Picked up how we left off.
Playing in these venues, you know, everybody's so close and is so intimate that you know, it's really easy to feed off the vibe of the crowd, and then we just get more energetic, and the crowd gets more energetic, and it just kind of explodes. So that's what I think you can expect. Just a lot of energy, a lot of just straight slamming.
The stuff that goes through your head is so chaotic before you go on stage. It's like you're kind of pulled all over the place, and your thoughts are wandering. You're just trying to keep from exploding.
The way my mind works is completely fucking ass backwards from the way a normal human being thinks. So I have to wear the same underwear I've been wearing for like 3 years, and then
he pisses them.
Then I have to piss myself before I go on stage each night. So I think you can see that in the DVD actually. But I've been wearing the same ones I'm wearing right now are the same ones I was wearing in the DVD. The same ones from London, Astoria. That's one of my things. They don't wash. They're horrible.
They don't wash them.
They are absolutely repulsive.
So they're pretty disgusting.
That's kind of gross, and you might want to take care of that. But other than that, you're a badass drummer, and you rock hard, dude.
Let's go.
Ready? Once you hear the roar of the crowd, you kind of just instantly step into the zone, and you really don't come out of it until like the last note. You get back in the dressing room. So there's not really too much going on in your head besides the fact that you want to give the best show you can at that time.
Another day.
It's really hard to say. I really have no recollection of what goes on before a show.
It gets really cold.
It's one of the faces that I have to deal with. You know, I mean, there's a very good possibility at any time during the show that guy will hurt somebody really bad, and this is a way for me to do it and do it healthily.
concert ever, bitch! Yo, this is the best shit ever.
Best show all year, man. Best show all year, man. Best show.
Best show ever.
My shirt is all fucked up. I love Slipknot. Houston rocks. This is my first one, so it was bad.
This shit was off the chain.
I'm glad y'all came back to Houston, man. Thank
For
y'all,
real.
Slipknot, man. Fear Factory, y'all went hard.
We're just harder and dirtier. We're just maggots.
A maggot, as they're called. I don't care what you call us. It's just the heaviest fucking shit alive.
H-Town represent.
Stone Sour, y'all need to give it up. Off the chain, man. You know in Texas how it is.
Hardcore, baby.
Fuck the world. Fuck this all. Fuck everything that you stand for. Don't belong. Don't exist. Don't give a shit. Don't ever judge me.
You're back with the noise of K-Rock, and how gnawdog were those Houston fans? Whoever thought hell would be so rad? Slipknot went on a search and destroy mission and annihilated Houston. Good luck, Dallas.
So here we are in Dallas, Texas, backstage area, getting ready to play actually. So follow me to the dressing room. Here's the backstage area. I never understand why people want to get back here because it's just nothing. Pretty lame actually. So we were in Houston, Texas yesterday. The tour's been sold out. It's been great so far. The fans have been amazing. And I think tonight's show, you know, the Texans always go, they go ape shit when we play, so everything's going to seem like it's going to turn out good. The tour's been great. The bands have been great. And, you know, we thank the fans so much for everything they've done and stuck by us. So I'm going to go and get ready with the rest of the guys in the band. See you on stage, and thanks for the support.
Typical day is we get to the venue around 10 o'clock in the morning. The band gets up around 1 to 2 o'clock, get on stage to sound check around 4, do interviews all in between. That's why we have our record company in town this weekend trying to get us to do tons of interviews for the UK.
We hate doing promos for our record. It's tedious.
They get on stage around 9:30 at night, get off stage, you know, after about an hour and a half set, and the rest of the night's just hanging out. Slipknot's been hanging out with Fear Factory every night after the show. Been hanging out with Chimera every night after the show. Hang out, party for a little while. Some guys read, some guys party. On the bus by 3, then off to the next city.
We got Fear Factory and Chimera out with us. They're both cool, you know, like Fear Factory, I've been a fan of them since, you know, 92, when their first record came out. And so they're really great guys. You know, we met them in 99 on Ozfest. And ever since then, we've been friends with them, and it's really cool to have them out on the road with us. And Chimera, you know, we just actually we've known those guys for a little while too. From when our first record touring, you know, around we met them in Cleveland, and they're really cool guys too. Really fun to be out on tour. You know, it's really cool. There's no drama on this tour at all. You know, all the bands are friends. You know, we have a great time. You know, up on stage as well as off stage. You know, after the shows and stuff, hang out and have a great time. So it's been really cool. It's been really cool being out with these guys.
The tour is more streamlined towards a metal audience too, which is good. We've never been, I guess, I hate to use the term, but to explain my point, the new metal tag, we just got kind of, I guess, lumped into that tag just because of our popularity.
And when we came out, you know, it was like a really, I guess, a big time for new metal, but, you know, it was when we, I guess, came out, but we would never ever consider ourselves that. Yeah.
So it's cool to bring out bands, you know, especially Fear Factory and Chimera as well. That's a more streamlined, really heavy show, and it's really cool to have a package like this out on the road.
Coming back, the changes I can see is we're a little more mature as far as our approach towards the band is. We've kind of grown up as people, you know. We've tightened as a band and as a family, you know. We got a lot of the poisons out that needed to get out, and just basically started being friends again, you know, which was very important.
We're more excited now than we were back in '99, you know, because, I mean, we know what it takes to be on the road, we know what it takes to put on a good show, and we're mentally prepared, you know, now, instead of jumping out of the plane.
We did spend a little time apart, you know. The whole thing about getting back together was we realized how much we missed this band, and we kept hearing all the time, you know, the question of when, you know, there's a lot of rumors, you know, kind of backing up about us breaking up and stuff like that. The fact was we all missed each other, we missed the music, we missed playing together. And the fact was, we wanted to make a new record. I'm glad we did take a little bit of the time off because it just made the record a lot better, man. It was really fresh.
Yeah, and it also made everybody realize how special Slipknot is to everybody in the band, taking the time off, everybody, we've been a band for a long time, together since 95, and so you need to take those breaks, I mean, it's like we're like any family, every day, spending every day with, each other so close and, compact and like little buses and everything. It starts to get, we argue and fight like any other, family would.
We fight, we argue, it's just that simple. I mean, you show me any band that doesn't fight on the road, and I'll show you a band that was put together and really doesn't care about what they're doing. This band, I mean, if you've never loved somebody, then you've never wanted to kill somebody. It's just that simple. But we're big boys, we work it out, we talk, we explain it. It's something we never did in the past, we nip it in the butt before it becomes a problem.
Like going into the record with preconceived notions and formulas. This one we went into with a clean slate, no map or ideas really, and we all decided to live together and make a record together as opposed to kind of like doing it piece by piece. We actually came together as all 9 and constructed this record, which is really reflective when you hear it. When we made the 3rd record, not really any guys in the band listened to anything. We didn't listen to nothing. I didn't want to be influenced by anything. I didn't want to hear anything in my head. All I wanted to hear is the feeling of us all 9 being together, and no one was really listening to anything. If we listened to something, it was not metal driven whatsoever.
Yeah. Musically, it's the evolution of what this band can be and will be. It's basically about 2 sides. There's the one end of the spectrum and the other end of the spectrum. So you have the brutality of what people know, and then you have the softer passages, which we've never really delved into. There's excruciating blast beats. There's good rock and grooves. There's everything. It's everything that I've ever wanted to put on an album, man. I mean, there's so much that it's hard to explain in a sentence.
Yeah, it's a journey front to back. It's gonna highs and lows, love and pain. You're going to have to listen to it 100 times, and you still won't get it.
You still won't figure it out.
For singles, generally, everyone knows it has to be usually generally one of the more stripped down and, well, not necessarily stripped down, but, one of the more catchy tracks, I guess, for, radio and promotion and stuff like that. The thing is, what's different than the difference duality from our other singles is actually a heavier track. But I think with a lot bigger of a hook than the others, like Left Behind and My Plague and Wait and Bleed, it's definitely Slipknot. You can tell within 3 seconds it's us. But I still think that the grooves are a lot heavier on Duality than anything that we've done with our other singles, but the hook is beyond catchy.
It's an amazing song, I mean, amazing chorus, very strong chorus, very epic chorus, And if you're going to come out of the gate, full force, you better come strong, and you better come with a song that's going to stick in people's heads.
Sorry, buy the fucking record.
Yeah. Hurry up.
You owe me.
Hurry up.